Long time ago, in the time when the earth and heavens were much closer, the moon lived on earth just like humans. She was a radiant figure, with a soft, silver glow that enchanted everyone. The sun, her dear friend, lived in the sky but often visited her. Together, they were the most admired beings, lighting up the world with their warmth and beauty. The moon, however, was kind-hearted and loved throwing grand feasts for all the creatures of the earth. Her home was always filled with laughter, music, and food. One day, the moon decided to invite her closest friends, the sun and the sea, to a grand banquet. She sent word to both of them, telling them to bring their families, and promised the finest food that anyone had ever seen. The sea, being as vast as she was, asked, "Are you sure I can bring all my family? My children are countless." The moon, generous as ever, laughed and said, "Bring them all. My house is large enough for everyone. There is no limit to the food and joy in my home." The day of the feast arrived, and the sun was the first to arrive, glowing with warmth and charm. She and the moon greeted each other with joy, and soon the sea began to arrive, flowing in slowly, at first. But as the moments passed, more and more of the sea's children, waves upon waves, flooded into the moon's home. The moon, standing at the doorway, watched in awe as the sea's children filled every corner. They were beautiful, waves of all shapes and sizes, sparkling with ocean spray. But they did not stop coming. The more they entered, the more the moon's house filled. Water began to cover the floor, seeping into every room. Soon, the tables were submerged, and the food floated in the rising waters. The music stopped, and the guests were overwhelmed by the flood of the sea's family. Panicked, the moon ran to the sea and cried, "Please, stop. Your family is too large for my home. I didn't realize how many children you had." But the sea, already deep in the celebration, could not stop her children from flowing in. She spread farther and farther until the moon's house began to crumble under the weight of the water. The walls, once strong, collapsed, and the moon realized that her beautiful home could no longer hold everyone. The sea's vastness was simply too much. Desperate and heartbroken, the moon looked up to her friend, the sun, and said, "I must leave. There is no place for me here anymore. I should go to where the water cannot reach." The sun, with a sad but understanding smile, said, "Come to the sky. There, you will have all the space you need. You will be free from the sea's waves, and we can still be close." And so, with a heavy heart, the moon left her home on earth and ascended into the sky. From that day on, she lived among the stars, shining down on the world with her soft light. The sun still visits her each day, and they take turns watching over the earth, ensuring that day and night are in perfect harmony. As for the sea, she continued to spread across the earth, but every night, she gazes up at the moon with sorrow. Sometimes, when the sea misses the moon the most, her waves rise high, as if trying to reach her old friend in the sky. But the moon, safe and distant, remains, shining softly, a reminder of the time when she lived on earth among the creatures, before the sea's family grew too large to contain. This is why the moon lives in the sky, forever watching over the world she once called home.